No heroics into Sandoval, please.
Cheers, Jeff.
Hey guys, it's James here. Welcome back to another F1 2020 My Team Career Mode video. We are here with episode number 4 of Season 3 at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. If you did miss the last episode in Monaco, make sure to go check that one out. It was a fascinating race and we managed to end up in 6th place. We started in 6th, we ended in 6th. It was not a dull race though. Yeah, it sounds dull on the surface, but it really wasn't. It was absolutely chaotic. And we went round the outside of Giovinazzi at Rasgas for the 3rd time in a row. For good measure, really. But we're here in Azerbaijan. Obviously, we had a very good 2nd place here last time out. And hopefully we'll be going to go one better. We now have the fastest car, looking for another aero upgrade to consolidate the fact that our aero is miles the best in the field. But we're just slowly advancing time towards the Grand Prix. It's going to be a good one. And now we're going to go towards qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
So here we are then for qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And we're going to go over and check the setup. It's quite an aggressive setup, just one front wing. So 1-6 wings will be very, very quick through the final sector, which is so important. And so I'm going to show you this lap. This is probably my best lap. This is the 2nd lap that I did in the session. And it was a pretty good lap. We were in 13th after our first lap, but it was a very scruffy lap. Plenty of mistakes. We can go far, far quicker. We had a fantastic qualifying lap last time out in Baku, which really set the tone for a great weekend. But we come towards turn 1 now, go as wide as possible, then tuck in for the apex. Get on the power really early. We're a full 1/10 of a second up through there. Head down towards turn 2. It's a lot tighter than you think it is, so we have to use all the runoff on the exit. We've actually had quite a good exit through there. We're almost 2/10 up. It's quite a long first sector as well here in Baku, which is something I like to note, is the fact you've got to go through 3, 4, 5, and I think 6 as well before you get to the first sector split point. We've lost a bit of time through there, but we've gained it on the exit. We're almost half a second up, which is absolutely fantastic. So much so, a purple first sector. We have flown through the first sector here in Azerbaijan. We're 8/10 up, 9/10 up, almost an entire second up on our previous lap. That's how bad it was. A little bit too deep into turn number 7 before the castle section. Fly through there, can't take anything off the front wing. Get so close to the barriers there. On the exit we've gained a little bit of time, but now we've started to lose it as we head now down towards turns 13, 14 and 15. Still almost 7/10 up as we've absolutely flown through. We hadn't quite made the mistake. Oh, we've made a little mistake through there. Luckily there's only a couple of corners to go. We're going to have a bit of understeer through turn 15 now, which is going to cost us some time. We chipped off some of the front wing, so that's perhaps our opportunity at pole position disappeared, but still we're 7/10 up. We're still absolutely flat out through these final 2 corners, and hey, we're going to have less aero on the car, so we might be quicker in a straight line, but we have lost quite a lot of time without that front wing, which is a bit of a pain. But we are absolutely flying as we come towards the line, and it puts us up in 3rd place. And I wouldn't normally show you this, but this is my outlap. Someone's crashed at the castle section, and yeah, someone's crashed, and we're trying to wheedle our way through to try and get round for our final lap. We can't get round. We can't get through the castle section. Magnussen's had a crash, and now we're stuck. It could have been Latifi. A couple of cars have got through, but we're absolutely stuck. Look at that, stopped on track. We'll get disqualified. We're having to reverse. Oh, we've been hit by George Russell. He's trying to rev up the tyres to get through. Latifi's in the wall at the castle section. I've received a 5-place grid penalty. How? How is that possible? I picked up a 5-place grid penalty for Russell reversing into my front wing. What a disaster. We might not even get round in time. We're a long way off the start-finish line. We're going to have to absolutely power round and see if we can get round for the end of qualifying. That was the weirdest accident. I couldn't get it on replay cameras because I turned up a little bit too late and I didn't want to pause it for you guys so you can see the entire thing play out. But that is so strange. What's gone on there? That is absolutely ridiculous. One of the AI has crashed and there's about 13 cars involved in a pile-up. We're not going to get to the line in time. We've got 4 seconds to get to the line, start our qualifying lap. 1-0. And that's qualifying over. We'll be starting in 5th place, but we've got that penalty, so I wonder where it's going to put us. Look how many drivers have got penalties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the first page have got penalties. 4 of the top 5 have got penalties. It's ridiculous. 3 people disqualified from qualifying. What's gone on there? Absolutely crazy.
A warm welcome to all of you watching at home to today's Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and just starting behind them is Daniel Kvyat, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Perez, Sebastian Vettel and De Vries. They've taken a grid penalty. James, Gasly, Stroll and Alexander Albon. Sainz, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Hamilton, Magnussen, Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi and Lando Norris. Grosjean, Russell, Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are then for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, starting from 7th on the grid with a 2-stop strategy. That's probably going to be quite easy to do, and we'll be able to run for a long time on the medium tyres. But we're going to go to 5 red lights for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku. The lights are off and so are we. It's showtime by the side of the Caspian Sea and we're up into 6th place straight away. We get caught up behind Sebastian Vettel and he goes side by side with Sergio Perez. We spear into Nick De Vries. We've got a huge kick of oversteer on the exit of turn 1 and so we have hit Nick De Vries. I don't think there's any damage for either of us. Thank goodness. That was totally my mistake. I got a bit too greedy on the throttle, but we have gained 1 position up into 6th place. Looking to chase after Sergio Perez down into turn number 3. We have a little look to the inside, but we think better of it. Don't want to be risk breaking the front wing into the first corner. That'd be an absolute disaster. We'll be trundling around this very, very long lap without half a front wing. Obviously, our best qualifying lap came with a couple of corners without some of the front wingers. We just got a little bit greedy on that bumpy curve down at turn number 15. So chasing after Sergio Perez. De Vries has a little go. It's actually Lance Stroll. The 2 racing points have swapped position. Stroll has a little go down into turn number 7. He's had more than a little go. He's going to try to go down the inside. We managed to swoop all the way around the outside towards the castle section. We're still going in at 6th place, so we haven't gained many positions off the start. We have a look at the replay of the start. Leclerc and Kvyat on the front row. Kvyat squeezes across to the left-hand side to cover off the threat of Ricciardo, who instantly jumps him. On the exit of turn 1, you'll see me light up the rear tyres. Look at that, we've just lost the car. The rear end just snapped out. Obviously, we're not running a lot of downforce here. The tyres are cold. All of that in combination with the fact they are a scrub set of the soft tyres. And I do have to apologise to Nick De Vries for that. Probably a bit of a racing incident on the exit of turn 1. And luckily he didn't pick up any damage because that would have ruined his race and it's not what I was intending. I just got a little bit too greedy on the exit of 1 and yeah, that's what happened in that situation. On the end of lap 1 now, we're 1.2 seconds off Sergio Perez and 1.2 seconds off Lance Stroll behind, so we're basically just sat in no man's land, a bit like the first couple of laps in Monte Carlo before the rear tyres melted like ice cream on a hot day. That was absolutely horrendous. The end of lap number 2, we haven't really closed up on Sergio Perez in his AlphaTauri car, still 1.1 seconds behind. We're struggling a little bit on these soft compound tyres, you'd have to say. With DRS enabled, obviously overtakes become far, far easier now. But we are struggling a little bit, which is very interesting to note because we have the fastest car at the moment and we are struggling massively. On lap number 3, we're 1.6 seconds off Sergio Perez, but 0.8 of a second off Lance Stroll, who's behind us. And so with our fantastic engine power, we have a great run down the straights, but we're not really closing up in the middle sectors to be able to get close enough to Sergio Perez. And I think it's the scrubbed soft tyres, so I think I'm going to go into the pits and get rid of these soft tyres. We'll have to come off them in a couple of laps anyway. See if I can get a big undercut in some clear air out there behind the back markers. And I will have to do some overtaking, but with this long straight, hopefully it won't be too difficult. We've cut to the end now of lap number 4. Yeah, just trundling into the pit lane. Some people have started on the hard compounded tyre. Some people have started on the softs lower down the field. There's been a yellow flag up ahead as well. Someone's going extremely slowly. I think it's Lando Norris. Yeah, Lando Norris has got some sort of massive problem. He is absolutely crawling through, but we're on our fresh set of the medium compound tyres. It's taken us until lap 5 to catch up to our former teammate George Russell from last season. Look at our closing speed. Down the inside of the Brit we go, and we are up into what is 20th place. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. Nobody else has stopped yet. So we're going to have to fight our way through the field, because everybody now in this Grand Prix has got one more stop left. Perhaps 2 if they're one of the very front runners like Ricciardo running on his soft tyres, as we're chasing after our teammate Guan Yu Zhou. So we're going to have to fight our way through the field. It's going to be all done on track. It's been a hard schlep, but I believe we can make it. We've got the slipstream on Guan Yu Zhou. We're using the DRS. We're using Rich Mix. He's looking to attack looking to attack Antonio Giovinazzi as we go have a think about going down the inside. Don't actually go down the inside. Giovinazzi gets caught up side by side with Guan Yu Zhou. We take that position on around the outside of turn number 3 up into turn number 4, and we're ahead of Giovinazzi. That was opportunistic to say the least. We get to the end of that very same lap, chasing after Guan Yu Zhou in the slipstream. We don't even need the DRS. We just blast past the Williams car. Obviously, the Williams car are the worst car in the field. We've got the best car in the field, and we just blasted past. Thank you very much, and we are up into what is 16th places. On the exit of the pits comes Danny Kvyat. We managed to sweep around the outside of him. Kvyat started on the front row, which is important to note, because that means that this strategy must have worked extremely well if we managed to get past Kvyat, and he started so far up, considering we were only running in 6th place at the end of lap 1 before we got rid of those horrendous soft tyres. Now, lap number 7 in the slipstream of Nicholas Latifi, who himself is chasing after Nick De Vries, who I think is coming in for a stop now. Perhaps he might just be defending the inside, but we blast past them both with some serious speed, and as we get onto the start of lap 8, we're up into the points again. We're fighting our way through the field with all that we've got now. Esteban Ocon is our next victim with very low downforce. We've got such straight line speed, 221 miles an hour. We have a think about going down the inside of turn 1 a little bit too far back, but we are absolutely flying on the home straight. There's nothing anyone can seem to do about our pace on these medium tyres. Ocon and Bottas are on the hard, so that might suggest that they're doing 1 stops from softs to hards. We're looking to do soft to medium. Go, thank you very much. We'll make as many passes as we have to on track, because we have some scintillating speed, and we're up into 7th place with a comfortable move on Esteban Ocon. Now, Bottas and Magnussen are scrapping away down towards the first corner. We're still in 7th place. We're quite close to the back of Kevin Magnussen as Bottas has got past. Going through turn 2, we'll probably look to use the DRS down towards turn 3 and take Kevin Magnussen. This corner, turn 2, is so much tighter than you think it is. It's quite tricky to get right. But now, in the slipstream of Kevin Magnussen, the Haas car, Rich Mix and Overtake acquired. We're looking to go the inside, but we don't go to the inside. We go around the outside of turn 4. We had a look to the inside, did the dummy, went to the outside, and we've snuck 6th place. That is absolutely fantastic racing. On the end of lap 11, chasing after Valtteri Bottas, he's going to be toast here. Before we even get to the DRS zone, we've got such scintillating closing speed, and we're up into 5th place. Daniel Ricciardo's just set the fastest lap of the race. We've just set the fastest purple final sector out of anybody. He's on the soft, so he's gone soft. He'll have to put on another set of tyres after that. Maybe the hards, maybe the mediums, depends on what he's comfortable with. But on lap 13, chasing after Charles Leclerc now. We are absolutely flying. Look at this closing speed. We just breeze past another purple final sector, and we're up into the podium places. Sainz and Gasly ahead, both started on the hard compound tyres, so they've both got another stop to make. We have breezed past. Sainz has made his stop. Pierre Gasly is just 1.5 seconds up the road. We have basically overtaken the entire field at this point, but we're going to have to make another stop. So we might have to do it all over again. It's the end of lap 15. I think it's time to make our next stop. We're going to come into the pits very, very comfortably. That's a nice little chicane to get into the pits. I quite like that. Anyway, we're in 2nd place. I wonder how far down we'll drop after this pit stop. I'm going to strap on another fresh set of the medium compounded tyre. Obviously, I don't use mediums in qualifying, so these ones are saved over from the qualifying session. Put them on. It's been quite a good stop. 2.2 seconds. That's quite quick. We come out just behind Daniel Ricciardo. The team have put him on a set of hards. I can't believe that. Why have they done a 2-stop strategy and put him on a set of hards? He's gone soft. He could have gone soft, medium with no difficulty. They put him on hards, which has basically ruined his race because the hards are so much slower. But now chasing after Daniel Ricciardo in the slipstream using DRS and Rich Mix. Look at our closing speed, 219 miles an hour. Ricciardo sets the fastest lap of the race so far, but we must have gone even quicker considering we came out of the pits quite a long way behind him. And now we're up and past Ricardo. Thank you very much. We'll have that position down into turn 1. We're up into 9th place now, but some others do still have to stop up ahead. That is the fastest lap now. We've absolutely flown through as Sainz and Albon are scrapping up ahead. Sainz has made his stop onto a set of the medium tyres, so it's now we just got to overtake all of the cars that have concertinaed up ahead of us, and this Grand Prix victory will be ours. It's been a superb drive up till now. We've made many overtakes on track and through strategy. We're going to look to go down the inside of Albon into turn 3. He's caught napping behind Carlos Sainz, and we're up another spot, up into 8th place now. It's about a concertina train of about 5 cars, and we're chasing after Carlos Sainz, who's the nearest one towards us. We'll have the DRS quite soon. We're using Rich Mix, and we're going to use Overtake as well. We're going to be absolutely rapid. 220, 221, 222 miles an hour. A new fastest lap, and down the inside of Carlos Sainz we go. That has been an absolutely superb move. 222 miles an hour. This car is an absolute monster. And now we're chasing after Lance Stroll, who's made a huge mistake through that left-right combination. He's going to be toast as well. We don't even need the DRS. That's how much better our overspeed is. He gives a little bit of a squeeze towards us. We're just going to breeze past. A couple of cars are making their stops, meaning it's now a Ferrari 1-2 to the end of the Grand Prix. We've got 7 laps to catch up to Charles Leclerc, who's 6 seconds up the road. Now chasing after Sebastian Vettel. Can Vettel hold us up and help his Ferrari teammate? If we manage to win this Grand Prix, this would be a championship-worthy drive. Effectively overtake the field twice. We've made one of the final 2 overtakes we have to make to win this race. You'd have to say we're now the favourites. In just a second, we've closed in 3 seconds on Charles Leclerc. Pierre Gasly nicks the fastest lap, but we're going even quicker in terms of this is our personal best ever lap. Sadly, we had no slipstream to benefit off anyone, but the gap is now just 1.6 seconds to Charles Leclerc. We started in 7th. We got ourselves up to 6th. We made a pit stop down to 20th. Got up to 3rd, made another pit stop down to 10th, and we're now running in 2nd place. Can you imagine if we won this Grand Prix? We've made so many overtakes on track. Is this going to be the defining moment? We're chasing after Charles Leclerc. We're using Rich Mix. We're going to have the DRS. It pops the rear wing flap open. We've run out of overtakes. We were chasing after Charles Leclerc so much. But here we go. He defends the inside. We go to the outside, and we've taken the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And now on the final lap, Charles Leclerc is 5 seconds behind. We've had some scintillating pace in this Grand Prix. Daniel is just 4 tenths behind. I wonder if he can get Sebastian Vettel on the line. But more importantly, we've had a meteoric drive today. We've made almost 30 on-track overtakes. It's been a championship-worthy drive. We're going to extend our lead at the top of the drivers' standings. This has probably been the best drive ever, and we win here in Azerbaijan.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
So that was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We took 25 points home after an absolutely fantastic drive. And Daniel finished in 4th as well, which is some good extra points for the team. But we've opened the gap up at the top of the standings now to 23 points, which is pretty fantastic, you'd have to say. And, yeah, JNS Racing, we are a long way ahead now in the Constructors' fight as well. But that was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I hope you did enjoy that race. It was a fantastic drive from myself. We did so well to get up through the field, basically twice, and end up winning the Grand Prix. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to give the video a like. Subscribe if you are new around here and you want to see Formula 1 content 3 times a week. And I will catch you in the next one. Later, guys.